The world tends to reward those who act with conviction rather than those who sit idly waiting for permission. When you approach your goals as if success is already within your grasp, uncertainty dissipates and opportunities emerge. Confidence has the power to alter reality because belief precedes tangible proof. The transformation occurs when your actions shift from seeking approval to making bold declarations. Move, speak, and create as if nothing stands in your way. In just a few moments, I will share with you how to embody unwavering belief, acting as if success is already yours. You manifest into reality what you firmly believe yourself to be. Success is not something you achieve by waiting until you feel prepared. It is a choice you make, a decision to recognize that you already possess the potential for greatness. The world reflects your posture. If you act with timidity, it will respond by treating you as weak. Conversely, if you carry yourself with assurance, if you exude belief, the world will step aside to make way for you. Often, people claim they will act confidently only once they achieve results, but that is fundamentally flawed reasoning. Results follow behavior, not the other way around. Life doesn't respond to your wishes, it reacts to your actions. When you act as if success is already yours, combining humility with boldness, you naturally attract opportunities that resonate with that mindset. Control the one thing you truly have power over, your posture. How you stand, the tone of your voice, and the way you approach tasks can reveal whether you come as a beggar or a builder, fully aware that the structure will rise because you have chosen to shape it. Envision a candidate stepping into a job interview. One person enters meekly, speaking as if they merely hope to fulfill the role. Another enters confidently, exuding the belief that they already contribute to the company's future. Who do you think would be hired? You may worry about appearing arrogant, but remember, you will come across as decisive. The world craves individuals who claim their space unapologetically. So, consider this. How would your demeanor, speech, and daily habits shift if you approached life as though you had already achieved the success you aspire to? Would you still hesitate? Would you still wait for clearance from others? Stop waiting for someone to choose you. Begin acting as though you have already earned your place. When you embody this mindset, there is an internal shift. The world senses it, and gradually, things begin to align. Certainty is not something you discover. It is something you construct. So often, you find yourself waiting for that feeling of certainty to wash over you. But it is something you create, step by step. A confident individual may not always have the right answers, yet they journey further than those plagued by doubt. Real certainty is understated. It isn't loud or arrogant, but rather solid and rooted. It's that quiet inner acknowledgement that you may not possess all the answers, but you trust you will learn what is necessary. You shouldn't wait for absolute clarity. Instead, you should take action now, and clarity will follow in the process. You cultivate certainty by embracing what others fear, taking the initiative without visible proof, and trying even before you feel ready. It's about speaking up even when you're unsure of applause. Think of a young farmer planting seeds in parched soil. He has no guarantee of rain or promise of a harvest, but he sows the seeds anyway. He does not act out of certainty about the future. He acts out of belief in the process. That is how growth occurs, not by wallowing in doubt, but by consistently committing to your vision. Each act becomes a brick. Each brick contributes to your belief system. But what if I stumble? You might ask. Allow me to turn the question back to you. What if inaction is the greatest mistake you could make? Certainty does not strike down upon you like lightning. It rises slowly, like the sun, with each morning decision to continue forging ahead. So, start moving, trust yourself, and let the fire within you drown out the fears that chatter away in your mind. Your identity predates your results. You keep chasing outcomes, not realizing that they are simply shadows of your identity. Success does not happen by coincidence. It materializes from the person you become, which is determined by what you believe about yourself before you accumulate external proof. If you cling to the mindset of your former self, you will inadvertently sabotage every potential blessing intended for the new you. This is why it is essential to act as if your transformation has already been completed. Speak with the voice of someone who has triumphed over doubt. Walk with the discipline of a person who owns their destiny. Your identity must lead, for every action flows from it. Imagine an artist still perceiving themselves as an amateur. Every stroke, every detail, and every idea springs forth from hesitation. Now picture them believing they are a master. Suddenly, their hands move with purpose, their eyes notice detail, and their work reflects their newfound identity. Ask yourself, what would your future self do right now? What would they refuse? How would they allocate their time? And remember, you do not need anyone's permission to start embodying that future version of yourself. It is a decision you make. You cannot surpass your self-image. Stop trying to achieve your way into confidence. Instead, begin to live as if you are already the person worthy of the results you desire, and the outcomes will naturally follow. Results are a product of consistent habits, not fleeting emotions. Each day presents you with a choice. Will you follow your feelings or your established rituals? The person who relies on motivation is forever subservient to their emotions. But the one who builds a strong ritual, doing what must be done, regardless of how they feel, becomes unstoppable. Success does not respond to feelings. It flourishes through rhythm. If you only take action when the path seems clear, your life will be full of gaps. Gaps in progress, confidence, and greatness. However, by developing a sacred morning routine, a steady and quiet rhythm, you send a strong message to yourself and the universe. I am serious, even when no one is cheering me on, even when no one sees my efforts. Picture a woman who rises at dawn, with no audience, just herself, a notebook, a plan, and a commitment to take a small step forward. Day by day, her power grows, not from a singular dramatic moment, but from the simple act of consistently showing up. Now, consider this. How would your life transform if you treated your rituals as inviolable laws? You might say, "But I feel tired." I counter that you should establish your routine, and your energy will realign. Don't hold out for inspiration. Let your rituals carry you during the moments when motivation wanes. Those who succeed do not do so by chance. They do so through rhythm. Every single day, speak as if your aspirations are already realized. Your words form the very framework of your reality. Each sentence you articulate becomes a blueprint for your desired life. If you voice fear, it amplifies. If you proclaim power, strength begins to resonate within you. This isn't mere mystical theory. It is a fundamental principle embedded in the human psyche. Your subconscious listens and responds not to your wishes, but to your commands. Most individuals, unaware, lock themselves out of opportunities each day by uttering the wrong phrases. They say things like, maybe one day, or I'm trying. But trying is often just a polite euphemism for not fully believing. When you don't believe, why should the world? Why should opportunities bow to hesitation? You must speak as if your vision is already reality, from your destined position, rather than your current circumstances. You are not a beggar seeking recognition. You are a leader defining the terms of your life. Declare, "This is who I am. This is what I do," even when no one is observing, even if your bank account does not yet reflect it, and even if the results haven't caught up. Speaking with conviction clears the path for what you seek. Words are the soil, and belief is the nurturing water. The moment you declare something with certainty, your mind expands, your posture changes, and your behavior aligns. Visualize a man set before desolate land. There is no visible proof of potential, no signs of applause, yet he states confidently, "Here I will build." His words, rich with conviction, invite others to gather and engage, not because the land has transformed, but because his belief has awakened something beneath the surface. The same is true for you. If you speak from a place of doubt, you constrict your own opportunities, but you can reverse that trend. You do not require a grand stage. You need a strong voice. Speak clearly. "I am becoming disciplined. I am the kind of person who brings projects to completion. This dream is already mine. I am simply on the path toward it." When your words resonate with your vision, your actions will naturally follow. And as your actions consistently follow suit, your results will catch up, not by luck, but by deliberate design, initiated by your own words. So, speak with clarity and strength. Your words should not merely impress others, but ignite your own spirit. The world pays more attention to those who emit quiet confidence than to those who seek attention through loud proclamations. Less can often be more. Say fewer words, but ensure they are filled with conviction. You are not just communicating. You are laying the groundwork, building belief, framing your future. Don't just talk about your life. Speak life into it, with conviction, clarity, and the unwavering tone of someone who already knows it's only a matter of when, not if. It's easy to dream big, to let your ambitions burn brightly within you as you articulate grand goals and envision a life surpassing your current existence. But dreams, no matter how captivating, mean little if your actions undermine them. You cannot profess a desire for excellence while leading a life that expects sympathy. You cannot speak of wealth while adopting habits that ensure struggle. The world is brimming with dreamers, but only a few become doers. Ultimately, it is that latter group that leaves a lasting impact. If your vision is ambitious, your conduct must be sharp, precise, and unyielding. The world isn't only listening to your words, it is observing your actions. You must walk through life as if your future hinges on every step you take, because indeed, it does. No one ascends to greatness by wandering in circles or earns respect while clinging to familiar excuses. If greatness is what you seek, your daily life must embody that vision. Not tomorrow, but starting now. Many speak of ambition as though it is a virtue in itself, but ambition devoid of discipline is merely a falsehood you tell yourself to assuage discomfort. You profess a desire to lead, but still find yourself needing direction. You speak of reaching for the stars, yet your alarm clock sees repeated interruptions before you rise. This does not denote ambition. This is a fantasy that keeps you comfortable while your true potential withers silently. Imagine a person who wishes to become a prolific writer. Their shelves overflow with classic literature. Their desk is adorned with premium notebooks and pens, and they've shared their burning story with everyone. Yet, day after day, they sidestep the blank page. They perform every task but the one that genuinely defines them as a writer. Despite appearances, they remain just a person holding a dream, not someone living their destiny. Honestly ask yourself, if someone observed your life for a week, minus your explanations, would they believe in the future you claim to desire? Would your habits convince them? Would your efforts inspire them? If the answer is no, it's time for a change. Learning is admirable, but alone, it does not equal transformation. You must put knowledge into practice. You must execute. A flawed attempt bears more value than a perfectly crafted plan that never materializes. Align your behavior with the destiny you seek, not just during the easy moments or when recognition is near. Treat your habits as sacred. Protect your time fiercely. Get to work without expectation of applause, because success emerges from diligent preparation and is often sculpted in the quiet hours through invisible, steadfast choices. If your actions remain small, your life will reflect that limitation. Speak less about your ambitions and demonstrate more through your commitments. Make every day a step closer to building the life you refuse to leave to chance. Confidence flourishes in action. It is not found in stillness, nor conjured by mere positive thinking. True confidence is cultivated through persistent, unvarnished action. You do not realize your confidence merely by sitting in contemplation. It is solidified through the act of doing. This is not about impressing others. It's about proving to yourself what you are capable of. Confidence is not a whisper. It is etched into your very character with each purposeful action, until its presence becomes irrefutable. Look at a child learning to walk. This child does not wait for perfect balance or fret over the possibility of falling. Instead, they rise up and stumble, falling down, crying, then rising back to their feet. It is through this trial and error that the seeds of confidence are nurtured. Strength is born not in comfort, but in the courage to repeatedly attempt and engage. This is the essence of growth. You must act before you feel prepared. You must take the first step even when your hands tremble, your voice shakes, and doubts echo loudly. Confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It is the reward after the fact. Yet, so many people hesitate, waiting to feel brave or sure. In their hesitation, countless opportunities slip away, not due to a lack of capability, but from inertia. Consider the image of a blacksmith at their forge. The first strike of the hammer is tentative, imprecise. Sparks fly, but the metal barely budges. Still, the smith strikes again and again. With each repeated effort, they gain steadiness, and soon rhythm and power emerge. This is the true essence of confidence. Not a singular moment of boldness, but a consistent cadence of effort. The first blow may be imbued with fear, but with time, the steady hand gains strength. Now, reflect on your own life. What is one thing you've been putting off? What decision have you been reluctant to make? What task have you been preparing for endlessly but never actually starting? You tell yourself you aren't ready. You think you need more clarity, knowledge, or courage. But imagine if you acted any. Certainly, fear will always be present. But that is exactly the point. Fear is not your adversary. It's your training partner. It refines you. You cannot eliminate fear by avoiding it. You can only quiet it through decisive action. Confidence belongs to those who confront fear head-on and earn the right to feel empowered. It is not an exclusive privilege for the fortunate. It is the reward for the audacious. Start small. Take one meaningful step today. A step that challenges you, something substantial that may slightly terrify you. Complete it before fully grasping your certainty. Then, commit to doing it again tomorrow. Accumulate these victories, build them high, and stack them consistently. Confidence is not a fleeting feeling. It is a fortress you construct through perseverance. If you persist long enough, you will find that you are no longer pursuing confidence. It will be a part of you. It will not be a transient feeling you wish to possess. It will be a part of your very essence, embedded in your posture, your hands, and your breath. Confidence will inform your voice while speaking, your stride while walking, and your decisions when faced with circumstances that fall short of your worth, because you have earned it. Not through perfection, not in pursuit of applause, but through bold, imperfect, relentless action. Success demands unwavering preparation and honest engagement. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.